Give me 5 minutes and I'll share something about life, God, and the Bible. You can read the Bible passages and answer the questions. Just click on Show More below this 5 minute window. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23. When I was a little boy in Malaysia, Mom would have a Bible reading and prayer time with my brother and I every night. She would make us memorize Bible verses in the King James Version. Psalm 23 was one of the passages we had to memorize. My brother and I had other things in mind when Mom made us memorize Psalm 23. We did it because it was something Mom made us do. However, later in life, my brother and I would appreciate what Mom made us do. When I was in between pastoral positions in 1999, lying on the bed, wondering if I would ever get another pastoral position, God brought to memory this King James Version of Psalm 23. It gave me hope. And I pray that it gives you hope as we go through this crisis. It has been a week since I started these 5-minute windows in the light of the COVID-19 crisis. Before this 5-minute window series, as a church, we had already decided to read Acts 1 through 6 through Lent. Therefore, I have used the book of Acts for the daily 5-minute window. We are still in Lent. We have just completed Acts 1 through 2. Today, I thought I would take a break from Acts. I would like to introduce to you Luke. Luke is the friend of the Apostle Paul. He accompanied Paul on his missionary journeys. Paul calls Luke the beloved physician in Colossians 4 verse 14. And in 2 Timothy 4 verse 11, Paul says that only Luke is with him while he is still in prison in Rome. Luke wrote both the Gospel of Luke and the book of Acts. He intended Acts to be a follow-up of Luke. He wrote both books for his friend named Theophilus. It sounds like Theophilus was a non-Jew of high social status, and that is why he is called Most Excellent Theophilus in Luke 1 verse 3. Theophilus is also a new believer in Jesus as Lord and Messiah. He has some doubts about Jesus. Therefore, in Luke 1 verse 4, Luke tells Theophilus that he, Luke, writes the orderly account of Luke and Acts so that he, Theophilus, may know the certainty of the things he has been taught. Mom made sure that I memorized Psalm 23. She did not know the impact of what this memorization would do for my brother and I later in life. Luke writes the Gospel of Luke and the book of Acts for Theophilus, so that he may know the certainty of his faith. Luke did not know the impact of his writing of Luke and Acts for Theophilus. We today, as God's family, can now know with certainty the things we have been taught, especially as we go through the crisis right now. Through this 5-minute window series, we are fellowshipping with Luke and Theophilus in the most profound way. I will end with a reading of Luke 1, 1-4. Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who were from the first eyewitnesses and servants of the word. With this in mind, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I too decided to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. Luke chapter 1 verses 1-4.